Hello and welcome to TOEFL Boost, Master the Test. I'm your host, Alex Rivers, and I'm excited to have you here for episode 19, Question Types, Summary, and Categorizing. In this episode, we'll be diving into the various question types you'll encounter on the TOEFL test, summarizing their key attributes and categorizing them for a better understanding. Whether you're a TOEFL candidate or simply looking to enhance your English proficiency, this episode will provide valuable insights to help you master the test. So grab a pen and paper and let's get started. In this section, let's dive into an overview of summary questions. Summary questions are a powerful tool in categorizing and organizing information. They allow us to condense complex topics into manageable and digestible pieces. By carefully selecting key points and distilling them into concise summaries, we can enhance understanding and retention of important information. Summary questions also serve as a valuable method for reviewing and reinforcing key concepts. This technique can be particularly effective when preparing for assessments or during knowledge retention exercises. Mastering the art of forming summary questions will undoubtedly sharpen our ability to comprehend and recall essential information. Identifying the main ideas in a passage is a critical skill for active readers. It involves summarizing the overall message or purpose of the passage, as well as identifying the key points or arguments presented by the author. By recognizing the main ideas, readers can better understand the content and extract valuable insights. One effective strategy for identifying main ideas is to look for repeated themes or concepts throughout the passage. Additionally, paying attention to introductory and concluding paragraphs can often provide valuable clues about the main idea. It's also important to analyze the structure of the passage, including the organization of ideas and the development of the author's argument. Furthermore, being able to distinguish between main ideas and supporting details is crucial. Main ideas are the central points that the author wants to convey, while supporting details provide evidence, explanations, and examples to reinforce those main ideas. Ultimately, mastering the skill of identifying main ideas in a passage can enhance comprehension and critical thinking abilities, allowing readers to engage more deeply with the content and derive greater meaning from their reading experiences. In this section, it's important to distinguish between supporting details and non-essential details when categorizing question types. Supporting details are crucial for understanding the main idea or message of a passage. They provide evidence, examples, or explanations to reinforce the main point. On the other hand, non-essential details are information that is interesting but not necessary for understanding the main idea. When analyzing questions, pay attention to whether they focus on essential information that is critical for comprehension or non-essential information that may be interesting but not essential for understanding the passage. By recognizing the difference between supporting and non-essential details, you can effectively categorize question types and approach them with the appropriate level of importance and attention to detail. When selecting accurate summary sentences, it's important to consider the main points of the content being summarized. One effective technique is to identify the key arguments or ideas presented and condense them into a succinct statement. This ensures that the summary accurately reflects the core meaning of the original content. Another technique is to pay attention to the language used in the original content and try to mirror that language in the summary. This helps maintain the tone and style of the original material while capturing its essence. Additionally, consider the intended audience for the summary and tailor the language and level of detail to suit their needs. A summary for a general audience may require simplifying complex ideas, while a summary for professionals might require retaining more technical terminology. Finally, it's important to be objective and focus on the most important information when crafting summary sentences. Avoid injecting personal opinions or biases, and strive to present a balanced and accurate representation of the original content. By utilizing these techniques, you can ensure that your summary sentences effectively capture the essence of the original material and provide a clear and concise overview for your audience. Categorizing questions are a valuable tool in market research, allowing us to organize data and draw meaningful insights. By grouping responses into categories, we can identify patterns and trends, making it easier to interpret the data. One common type of categorizing question is the multiple choice question, which provides respondents with a set of predefined options to choose from. This makes it simpler to analyze and compare responses, aiding in the identification of preferences and trends within a target audience. Likewise, open-ended categorizing questions enable participants to provide their own responses, which can then be organized into categories based on common themes or attributes. This approach allows for a more in-depth exploration of attitudes and behaviors, providing rich, qualitative data for analysis. In summary, categorizing questions play a crucial role in market research, helping us to make sense of data by grouping and organizing responses. Whether using closed-ended multiple-choice questions or open-ended queries, the categorization process enables us to extract valuable insights and draw meaningful conclusions. As we dive deeper into understanding question types, it's crucial to consider how passage structure can greatly aid in categorizing information. By breaking down the structure of a passage, we can identify key elements and categorize information more effectively. This method enables us to pinpoint specific details and identify the relationship between different components within the passage. Utilizing this approach not only helps us organize information more efficiently, but also allows for a more targeted and strategic approach to answering various question types. So as we continue to explore question types, keep in mind the significance of utilizing passage structure for effective categorization. Now, let's dive into some practice walkthroughs to put our knowledge of question types to the test. We'll work through a series of scenarios and classify the question types we encounter. This hands-on approach will help solidify our understanding and prepare us for real-world applications. So let's get started with our first example. Imagine you're conducting a market research survey for a new product. The question, how likely are you to recommend this product to a friend or colleague, falls under the category of a Likert scale question, specifically measuring likelihood to recommend. Next, consider a question asking respondents to select their preferred method of communication from a list of options. This falls under the category of a multiple-choice question, specifically addressing communication preferences. As we continue to practice these walkthroughs, we'll become more adept at identifying and categorizing various question types, enhancing our ability to design effective surveys and gather valuable insights. Avoiding common pitfalls when categorizing question types is essential for ensuring accurate analysis and effective decision-making. One of the most common pitfalls is using vague or ambiguous language in the question, which can lead to unclear or unreliable responses. To avoid this, it's important to be precise and specific when formulating questions, ensuring that they are straightforward and easily understood by respondents. Another pitfall to avoid is leading or biased questions, which can influence respondents to give a particular answer. To steer clear of this, it's crucial to phrase questions neutrally and without any inherent bias, allowing respondents to provide their genuine opinions without being swayed by the wording of the question. Additionally, poorly constructed response options can lead to inaccurate data analysis. It's important to provide clear and exhaustive response options that cover all possible answers, avoiding overlapping or ambiguous choices that could confuse respondents or skew the results. Lastly, failing to consider the cultural or social context in which the questions are being asked can lead to misinterpretation of responses. It's critical to take into account the cultural nuances and sensitivities of the target audience when categorizing question types to ensure that the questions are relevant and appropriate. By recognizing and avoiding these common pitfalls, you can ensure that the categorization of question types is accurate and insightful, providing valuable data for informed decision-making. In conclusion, understanding the different types of questions and how to categorize them can greatly enhance your ability to communicate effectively. By mastering open-ended, closed-ended, and probing questions, you can engage in more productive conversations and extract valuable information from your interactions. As a final tip, remember that the key to asking effective questions lies in active listening and thoughtful consideration of the context. Ask questions that are relevant, respectful, and considerate of the other person's perspective. Thank you for tuning in to this episode on question types. We hope you found the information valuable and that it will help you improve your communication skills. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast for more insightful content. Until next time, keep asking great questions and engaging in meaningful conversations. Goodbye for now, and take care.